The man treated his neighbor's corpse like a doll, tapping the glass repeatedly. The woman's eyes widened in horror as she stumbled backward. Jack mockingly waved at her, and she collapsed to the floor in despair. Since Jack had stolen her phone, she couldn't contact the outside world. Fighting through her terror, she suddenly remembered that her neighbor always kept his phone in his pants pocket, so she came up with a bold idea. Ellie quickly pressed the car alarm button on her key to lure Jack away. The plan went surprisingly well. Hearing the noise, Jack walked toward the car. Taking the chance, Ellie hurried to the neighbor's corpse to search for the phone. Unfortunately, she couldn't find it. Even worse, Jack realized he'd been tricked and slowly came back. Ellie had no choice but to retreat. But just as she tried to escape, Jack reached out and blocked the window. Ellie struggled with all her strength, but she was no match for him. At the critical moment, she grabbed a hammer from the floor and struck Jack hard, narrowly escaping danger. Yet Jack wasn't in a rush. He calmly circled the house, holding his crossbow, patiently looking for an opening. Ellie followed his movements, adjusting her position to guard every possible entrance. Then she tried to contact the police through her computer, but Jack had already anticipated that he cut off the power first. Ellie switched to the neighbor's Wi-Fi, but unfortunately, she didn't know the password. Now she was completely trapped, with Jack ready to break in at any moment. Outside, Jack wasn't panicking either. After confirming that Ellie couldn't access the Wi-Fi, he provocatively dragged his knife across the glass. Then, in full view of Ellie, he punctured her car tires one by one. Ellie forced herself to stay calm, thought quickly, and ran upstairs. After making sure it was safe, she climbed out the window onto the roof. The next moment, she threw her flashlight as far as she could. Her diversion worked. Jack took the bait. Ellie stood up and cautiously made her way back, but just as she reached for the ladder along the edge, Jack was waiting below.